From speaking with entrepreneurs worldwide, I've noticed that most companies make similar mistakes, often stemming from a lack of focus. At the heart of every truly successful business are two fundamental priorities: your customers and your colleagues. Serve your customers well, and they will reward you with their trust and loyalty. It's that simple. And your colleagues, they're the ones who transform your vision into reality. They come together not just for a paycheck, but to serve those customers, solve real problems, and genuinely make a difference. When your customers are happy and your team is motivated, shareholders will naturally benefit. A business built on this foundation thrives because it's rooted in purpose, not just profit. Dreaming big, the unseen path to success. This isn't just a story about business. It's about the power of dreaming so big that it feels a little scary, maybe even impossible. Because if your dream doesn't make your heart race or your palms sweat, it's probably not big enough. When I started Alibaba, I was just an English teacher in Hangzhou, China. I had no fancy degrees, no connections, and no capital. I was rejected by universities, turned down for countless jobs. Even KFC said no to me when they hired 23 out of 24 applicants. Guess who was the odd one out? Me. But every no taught me something valuable. Every rejection pushed me to dream bigger, to keep going when the world told me to stop. What truly matters isn't how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Dust yourself off and dare to dream again. Today, I want to talk about the immense power of dreaming big, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Success isn't about being the smartest person in the room or having the perfect idea. It's about the sheer size of your dream and the courage to relentlessly chase it. Even when everyone else says it's impossible, dreaming big is like planting a tiny seed. You have to nurture it with hard work, water it with persistence, and shield it from doubt and criticism. And here's the beautiful truth: when you dream big, it's not just about you. Your dream becomes a beacon for others, inspiring them to believe in what's possible. That's when the real magic happens, when your vision starts to genuinely change lives. When I founded Alibaba, people thought I was out of my mind. Jack, they'd say, you're in a country where people don't even trust online shopping. How is this ever going to work? But that's the essence of dreaming big, seeing what others can't. It's about believing in something that doesn't yet exist and being stubbornly, maybe even a little crazily persistent in your pursuit of it. Growing up, I was constantly underestimated, and you know what? That was a gift. Every rejection, every closed door reminded me that if I didn't dream big for myself, no one else would. To build something truly groundbreaking, you have to think in ways no one else has dared to think. But let's be real, dreaming big isn't easy. It's not just a catchy slogan or a fleeting burst of motivation. It's a daily choice to wake up, look at a distant horizon, and say, I'm going to get there, no matter what. Sometimes all you have is your vision, and the world will give you 1,000 reasons to quit. But that big dream, that's what keeps you moving forward. And here's something people often forget: a big dream isn't just about you. When I started Alibaba, it wasn't about building an empire for myself. I wanted to create a platform that would empower millions of small businesses, giving them a chance to compete in a world where they'd otherwise be drowned out. A big dream has to be bigger than your own life. It's about waking up every day knowing you're building something that truly matters, not just to you, but to countless others. Failure is an indispensable part of the journey. Every mistake, every stumble is a crucial chance to learn. People are often so scared of failing that they don't even try. But me, I see failure as a great teacher. If you're not failing, you're likely not pushing hard enough. And if you're not pushing hard enough, you're definitely not dreaming big enough. So why dream big? Because it's the only way to make a real impact. The world doesn't need more people playing it safe. It needs dreamers, risk takers, people who see doors where others only see walls. When you dream big, you don't just open doors for yourself, you open them for everyone around you. And that's when you realize the journey isn't just about reaching the goal. It's about who you become along the way. Life lessons from Forrest Gump. Let me share a story from 2002. A time when Alibaba was really struggling and I found myself at a crossroads. I felt utterly lost, unsure of which direction to take. Then, a friend introduced me to a movie called Forrest Gump. I thought it was just another film, but it turned out to be one of the most profound lessons of my life. Forrest Gump is the kind of character everyone underestimates. They call him naive, even foolish, but you know what makes him truly extraordinary? His unwavering persistence. He approaches things with such simplicity and heart that you start to wonder if we're the ones overcomplicating life. When Forrest decided to run, he didn't overthink it, he just ran. He didn't care about the naysayers or the obstacles, he just kept going. And life rewarded him in ways no one could have predicted. One line from the movie stuck with me deeply: life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. At the time, I was obsessed with planning every single detail. trying to control every aspect of the future. But Forrest taught me to embrace the beautiful uncertainty in business and in life. You simply cannot predict everything. The true beauty lies in being open to surprises, adapting to the unexpected, and trusting that the journey will ultimately take you where you need to go. Forrest also showed me the immense power of authenticity. He never tried to be someone he wasn't. He lived his truth, followed his heart, and that's precisely what made him unstoppable. That crucial lesson shaped how I approached Alibaba. I realized we didn't need to copy anyone else's playbook. We had to forge our own unique path, even if it was messy or unconventional. The biggest takeaway from Forrest Gump: success isn't about being the smartest or the slickest. It's about showing up day after day with unwavering determination and profound faith in the process. Forrest kept running, not for fame or glory, but because it was what he deeply believed in. That's the secret to dreaming big: simple, relentless effort. Keep running, keep doing your best, and one day, you'll find yourself exactly where you're meant to be. Your surroundings matter. Dreaming big isn't a solo act. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that the people around you make all the difference. When I started Alibaba, it was just me and 17 others crammed into a tiny apartment. We weren't the most experienced or the most polished, but we shared a powerful vision. We believed in something much bigger than ourselves, and that incredible bond carried us through the toughest times. You can be the most talented person in the world, but if you're surrounded by negativity, people who only see problems and never solutions, it will absolutely drag you down. You need people who lift you up, who challenge you to be better, who believe in your dream even when it feels completely out of reach. I've heard it said that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I don't know if that's exactly true, but it certainly makes you think, doesn't it? I was incredibly lucky to have a team that believed in me even when Alibaba wasn't making a dime. They saw the same future I did, one where small businesses could stand toe-to-toe with giants. That shared belief was our fuel. It's what kept us going when the odds were stacked heavily against us. Networking isn't just about collecting business cards or schmoozing with big shots. It's about finding people who genuinely share your passion, who are willing to walk with you through uncertainty. You also need people who push you, people who question your ideas, not to tear you down, but to truly help you grow. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, who make your dream feel possible, and who constantly remind you why you started in the first place. That's how you turn a big dream into a tangible reality. The indispensable role of persistence. Let's talk about failure. I've failed more times than I can even count. I flunked my college entrance exam 3 times. I applied to 30 jobs and got rejected by every single one. Even KFC turned me down. 23 people got hired and I was the one left out. There were moments I desperately wanted to give up, moments I profoundly doubted myself, but I learned that to dream big, you absolutely have to persist, even when the world screams at you to quit. Persistence is a funny thing. It's not glamorous, and it's definitely not easy. Sometimes it feels like the universe is actively testing you, throwing every imaginable obstacle in your path, but every no, every setback is a valuable lesson in disguise. It's a chance to grow, to adapt, to get better. I like to think of it like Forrest Gump running across the country. He didn't know where he was going, but he just kept moving forward, one determined step at a time. Failure also teaches you a crucial lesson: humility. It reminds you that you're not perfect, that there's always more to learn. Every time I stumbled with Alibaba, I came out stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Those failures weren't the end. They were the fuel that kept me going. So, when you face a setback, don't ask, why me? Instead, ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to get closer to my dream? Persistence isn't just about refusing to quit, it's about transforming obstacles into opportunities. Find your clear vision. Having a clear vision is like holding a compass in a storm. When I started Alibaba, I didn't have much, no money, no fancy business plan, or even a perfectly clear idea of how we'd pull it off. But I had a vision, a platform that would connect small businesses to the world. That clarity kept me grounded when everything else felt utterly uncertain. Your vision is your North Star. It's what guides you when the path gets rocky, when doubts creep in, or when others tell you it's impossible. But a vision isn't just about knowing where you're going, it's about understanding why. Why does this matter to you? What impact do you truly want to have? For me, it was about leveling the playing field, giving small businesses a real shot at the global stage. That purpose gave me a sense of responsibility far bigger than myself. A clear vision also inspires others. People don't just buy into what you do, they buy into why you do it. When I shared my dream with my team, it wasn't just about building a company. It was about creating a movement. That's how I attracted talented people who believed in the same future. So, find your vision. It doesn't have to be grand. first, but it has to mean something profound to you. When the going gets tough, and it will, that vision will keep you squarely on track. 3 questions for entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur, there are 3 essential questions you need to ask yourself. What do you have? Most of us start with nothing: no money, no vast resources, just a dream and a team crazy enough to believe in it, and that's enough. Your belief and your willingness to work hard are your greatest assets. What do you want? Think deeply about your customers. What problems do they genuinely face? What does society truly need? What does your team need to thrive? Your job is to solve those problems, not to chase profits. What will you give up if you're not willing to sacrifice? You won't get very far. Focus is everything as a startup. Don't chase every single opportunity that comes your way. Pick one thing, do it exceptionally well, and stick with it. It's like trying to catch a rabbit. If you chase 9 at once, you'll inevitably end up with none. Customer and employee focus, the core of sustainable business. When I started Alibaba, my primary goal wasn't to build a giant company, it was to solve problems. I believed that if we focused intently on helping people, true success would naturally follow. That's why I always say, customers come first. If you put their needs at the very center of everything you do, you give your business a genuine purpose and a clear path forward. But customers aren't the whole story. Your employees are the ones who make it all happen. They're on the front lines, interacting with customers, solving problems, and bringing your vision to life. If they're not happy, motivated, and empowered, it absolutely shows. That's why creating a strong company culture is so incredibly important. At Alibaba, we gave our team room to grow, to take risks, and to freely share their ideas. When employees feel truly valued, they don't just work for you, they work with you. Solving problems isn't just about your product or service. It's about truly understanding what your customers need and being willing to adapt constantly to meet those needs. When you combine a customer-first mindset with a team that's inspired and engaged, you create something unstoppable. That's the secret to building a business that doesn't just survive, it thrives. Success isn't about the money you make. It's about the value you create. Focus on delivering real solutions for your customers, and they'll keep coming back. Build a culture where your team feels like they're part of something much bigger, and they'll give their absolute all. That's how you create a company that doesn't just succeed, it truly makes a difference. Jack Ma's enduring legacy. In a world often obsessed with wealth and power, Jack Ma's story stands out profoundly. He's not just the co-founder of Alibaba. He's living proof that success is about far more than just money. It's about having a grand vision, persevering relentlessly through failure, and ultimately leaving the world better than you found it. His lessons, from the captivating simplicity of Forrest Gump to the undeniable power of persistence, remind us that true greatness comes from staying utterly true to your values and never, ever giving up. Jack Ma's optimism is truly infectious. He sees tough times not as insurmountable roadblocks, but as incredible opportunities to innovate and grow. His unwavering focus on customers and culture offers a clear blueprint for building businesses that genuinely last. And his powerful belief in dreaming big constantly challenges us to think beyond our perceived limitations and courageously pursue goals that might even scare us. Dreaming big, Jack Ma's vision. Jack Ma's journey is a powerful testament to the sheer power of dreaming big. He wasn't born into privilege. He faced rejection after painful rejection: 10 times from Harvard, 30 times from job applications, even a no from KFC. Yet he never once let those setbacks define him. Instead, he dreamed of a future where small businesses could genuinely thrive on a global stage. When he founded Alibaba, the internet was barely a concept in China. People called him crazy, but he saw what others simply couldn't. That clear vision, paired with relentless effort, transformed Alibaba into a global powerhouse. Dreaming big means more than just having wild ideas. It's about aligning your goals with a purpose that's much bigger than yourself. For Jack, it was about empowering countless entrepreneurs and creating life-changing opportunities. His story pushes us to ask ourselves, are we truly dreaming big enough? Are our goals bold enough to genuinely change the world around us? Learning from Forrest Gump. Jack Ma's deep love for the movie Forrest Gump reveals a profound truth. Success doesn't require genius, it requires heart. Forrest's simplicity, unwavering persistence, and cheerful optimism beautifully mirror Jack's own approach to life and business. Life is like a box of chocolates isn't just a catchy line, it's a powerful reminder to wholeheartedly embrace uncertainty and remain open to unexpected opportunities. Forrest didn't overthink his path, he simply kept moving forward. Jack took that lesson deeply to heart, building Alibaba with pure grit and genuine authenticity instead of chasing someone else's formula for success. So, what invaluable lessons can we truly learn from Forrest? Keep it wonderfully simple. Stay completely true to yourself, and when life inevitably throws you curveballs, just keep running. That, in essence, is how you transform audacious dreams into tangible reality. Jack Ma's philosophy on career stage. Jack Ma's insightful advice for young people is all about learning over earning. In your 20s, focus intently on finding a genuine mentor. Not just a job, a truly great boss will teach you infinitely more than a fat paycheck ever could. Small companies are often the very best place to grow. They give you abundant room to experiment, make crucial mistakes, and build a highly versatile skill set. In your 30s and 40s, it's definitively time to take calculated risks and lean heavily into your strengths. This is when you truly build something of your own, applying all the invaluable lessons you've learned. Jack himself started Alibaba in his 30s, betting everything on a vision most people thought was completely impossible. By your 50s, shift your focus to mentoring others. Share your hard-earned experience, lift up the next generation, and help them find their own unique way. Each stage of life has its own unique purpose. Embrace exactly where you are, learn absolutely all you can, and thoroughly prepare for what's next. Optimism. Seeing opportunities in adversity. Jack Ma's optimism is undeniably his superpower. He consistently sees tough times not as debilitating problems, but as remarkable chances to grow, to innovate, and to discover entirely new paths. Some of the world's greatest companies were born during crises, he often says, precisely because challenges force us to think radically differently. When Alibaba faced intense competition or significant market shifts, Jack didn't dwell on the problems, he immediately looked for creative solutions. This mindset isn't just about staying positive. It's about actively acting on that positivity. Optimistic leaders inspire their teams, transforming daunting obstacles into collective challenges to collaboratively solve. Jack also sees a remarkably bright future in technology, viewing AI and automation as powerful tools to genuinely enhance human potential, not to replace it. Optimism doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means facing challenges head-on and profoundly believing in a better tomorrow. How can you adopt this powerful mindset to turn your own obstacles into incredible opportunities? Jack Ma's business philosophy: customer first, culture strong. At the very core of Jack Ma's philosophy lies a simple, profound truth: customers come first. A business exists primarily to solve problems, not to merely chase profits. By relentlessly focusing on what customers truly need, Alibaba grew into a global giant. But Jack deeply understands that customers aren't served effectively without a strong, dedicated team. That's why he's utterly obsessed with building a vibrant culture where employees feel genuinely valued, empowered, and profoundly inspired. A truly great culture isn't about superficial things like ping-pong tables or free snacks. It's about a shared purpose, deep trust, and giving your team the crucial freedom to innovate. When employees are deeply engaged and customers are genuinely satisfied, sustained success follows naturally. That's the unbreakable formula for a business that doesn't just make money, it truly makes a profound difference.